Hi, I'm John. This is my show, A Sports Reckoning. So, I've been watching this guy's videos, this Sean from Reserved Investments, right? So, since somebody told me he talked about Michael Jackson, so then I watched his video where he talked about Michael Jackson, and I made a response video to it, and, but now I've actually been watching this guy's videos, right? And so, when I say I actually enjoy these videos, you gotta understand that this guy called Michael Jackson a pedophile. And now, there is a thing that doesn't actually offend me, because without my story coming in, being interjected into the Michael Jackson story, I think it's reasonable for people to assume that Michael Jackson's a pedophile. I think it's reasonable. They don't actually have any evidence, and they should be smarter and stuff and actually question what they see more. But I don't think it's an unreasonable assumption for people to make, especially after the movie came out and you had people actually directly accusing him. You know, I mean, I can understand why people would think it and stuff. So it's like, yeah, I don't like when people do it and stuff, but it doesn't offend me because I actually do it. I actually say to the Michael Jackson community, I tell them, I said, dude, Michael does look like a pedophile. I get why people, I say that shit, that he does look like that. And the stuff, the actions that he did does appear to be that way. It does. So I don't, you know, that's not a big issue and shit, whatever. But anyways, he's not a pedophile. He's an abandoned child. So when you understand the true story, then you have to go back and look at yourself and understand, why were you seeing a pedophile in the nature of a child, of a kid that was actually an abandoned child and stuff, but you saw him as a pedophile? Because that, to me, it shows that there's something wrong with you. What's wrong with you? Shit, right? But anyways, getting past that. So I've been watching this dude's videos and shit, right? And there's not really much in videos that because we call it the sports card. It's the sports card community, but I always say, no, it's not the sports card community. It's the sports cards and collectibles community. That's what it is. And this guy is all into the collectibles. This guy is an actual expert. Okay, this guy actually is the real deal. Okay, when you want to talk about somebody who actually has like expert quality knowledge in the collectibles and antiques market, okay, this dude actually has expert knowledge and stuff, right? So because he does have that expert knowledge, I actually am enjoying. It's one of these things. He'll just sit there in his little room, right, and talk. But that's actually enjoyable to me because he's got good knowledge, good information, right? He's always talking about the Timmys, Kimmys, and the Poindexters and shit, right? But here's the thing I'm going to show you. This guy, with all of his expert knowledge and experience and stuff, right? His application of that knowledge led him to buy this piece of cardboard. And this is the big thing about what I'm saying. It's like, dude, that thing's not cool. That Star Wars, he explained what this is. In the like pre-manufacturing, when they were doing like discussing like what the things were going to look like in the manufacturing stage. So this is like pre-manufacturing. This is like the backing of a figure, but this is in the manufacturing stage, right? So it's rare. It is rare. I agree with them. It's rare and shit, whatever he says. But it's like, just because something's rare doesn't make it valuable. Right, the only thing that makes this thing valuable is because it says Star Wars, right? Other than that, it's nothing. It's not even the only thing. It's got the what are those goddamn freaking? See, I forget the people's names. The stormtroopers. It's got the stormtrooper in the back, which just makes it look, and it says Star Wars. So it has a little bit of cool thing, but it's rare. It has like some historical significance of what it actually is. Okay, but the thing about this is, like Star Wars stuff, you're already priced out of the market. This guy, this guy is as advanced as he can be, still had to pay $3,000 for that. Okay, so that means you're priced out of the market. This market it's a dead market. It's way too overpriced. And so, now if you want to invest in certain things for a long time, I mean, it's just that to get into this market, like I said, what I'm trying to point out is that to get into this market, you've got to pay $3,000 for a stupid piece of cardboard that's not cool at all. It's really not even that cool. It's kind of like, you just kind of look at it, oh, okay, whatever. It's really not that cool. It's not, I don't care. It's not important. To me, it's like, okay, that's something that should be protected just because of its historical significance. But just because something is historically significant doesn't mean it's valuable. But this guy still paid $3,000 for that, right? And that's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, that's not cool. It's not cool. It's just a piece. You got to be a real fucking Star Wars geek. Okay, and this is the kind of thing is that what I'm trying to show you, stuff that's cool is cool to people who don't care about Star Wars. Okay, so this is how it works. When you're looking for really valuable collectibles and what are the stuff that you should be investing in, it has to be cool outside of its collectible community. Okay? If you're not into Star Wars, nobody would give a fuck about that. I doubt that you could find anybody to pay you $10 for that's not into Star Wars. Okay? And so that makes you, Sean, a Timmy. You're like a Timmy Poindexter and shit, right? Because you just paid $3,000 for something that nobody that's not directly involved in that community would pay $10 for. That means that's not a real collectible. Okay? And so he doesn't know that, right? So, and he's an expert, and I'm not even arguing that. He is a fucking expert. This dude has serious knowledge, and I am entertained just hearing him speak. He actually entertains me because he does have good quality knowledge and shit, right? But he doesn't understand the bigger things is because he's kind of dorky and shit, right? And dorky people don't understand cool. It's got to be fucking cool. And what's cool, if it's cool in the Star Wars thing, if it's actually cool, it's generally going to be cool. Everybody will find it cool. You don't have to be a Star Wars collector to appreciate that. Now let me show you the difference. Now he paid $3,000 for that. Now this is a We Are the World album signed by Michael Jackson. Okay? It only has one signature on it, which in this case, that's better. I actually don't think any other signature. I think any other signature on this, because I'm going to talk about Diana Ross and stuff. I actually think any other signature on this would ruin it. This one is perfect the way it is, okay? Now, this just sold for $3,500. And the reason it sold is because I made a video highlighting and saying to people, look this is available. If you want a really good Michael Jackson collectible, this is one. Because this is something that I identified with my knowledge that Michael Jackson is actually the love child of Diana Ross and Smokey Robinson, right? So on this We Are the World, where there they are, there's Michael, there's Diana, and there's Smokey. They're all there together. So this is one of those rare events where they're all together, which makes it, these are the things that makes it better and really good, right? And there's even more to this stuff. There's a lot more to it, but I'm not going to tell you everything. But just look at the signature. So Michael Jackson's signature, and with Michael Jackson's signature, he put a circle around Smokey Robinson. He circled Smokey Robinson with his signature. So this is not just an autographed album. This is a direct clue to the hidden secret of Michael Jackson's true family lineage that Michael Jackson inserted. This is like the Charlotte from the movie, the National Treasure movie. And remember when he found the actual Charlotte, that pipe? Remember when he got that pipe from the Charlotte and stuff? There was an actual clue, like, you know, that's what this album is one of those type of things where Michael circles Smokey. This is like a real left behind artifact that Michael left and used as a clue to his real family lineage. So this is historically significant on a way different level. And when this is the kind of thing, is like when my story fully breaks worldwide and everybody knows that Michael Jackson is the son of Diana Ross and Smokey Robinson. Any single person who has heard that story, because everybody knows about Star Wars and shit, doesn't mean you're a Star Wars fan or you would have any interest in that collectible of what Sean was showing you. You would just look at it, so what, right? But once my story breaks, there's nobody in the world that won't look at this album and be like, holy shit, that is fucking cool. Everybody's gonna like it. We are on a totally different level. And now, through my information and my spotting of what true valuable collectibles are, this is the kind of thing that I offered up to the community and said, this is the kind of thing you can invest in. Something that's a big deal, right? And it's because of my story. Without my story, it's cool, but it's not anywhere near. You know, it's 100 times more important. It's 100 times more valuable because of the story of what I'm telling. And that's no joke, right? So this item sold for $3,500. So what would you rather have? Would you rather pay $3,500 for that We Are the World album, or would you pay $3,000 for some stupid Star Wars character card back that was used in the manufacturing stages? That's not cool. It's not valuable except to any geek who's just trying to collect something rare that's attached to the name Star Wars. I mean, this is lame. It has to be cool, Sean. Okay, now I understand what you're saying, Sean, that this will be collectible because of the rarity of what it is and its importance and stuff. That there will be extreme collectors who go after that. And I understand that that's what you're saying. That's part of what you're saying, and that you're not putting yourself at risk because you know that this thing has historical significance and there's a lot of people collecting it, which can always keep your value there, right? But it's nothing compared to that album I just showed you. So your investment ability led you to buying this, when if you actually understood the reality of what the whole collectibles market actually is that you're looking for cool things that have got to be cool. And it has to be cool to people who are not directly involved in that collector's market. This is what Sean is missing and what he's lacking and shit, right? And because he's missing and lacking that, he himself is one of those Timmys and Poindexters, and he went and dropped $3,000 on something that's not fucking cool. It's really not collectible. You got a very small niche market of people who would, first of all, who would even understand what it is and then why it's important. And even after you understand what it is and it's important, it's still just a piece of cardboard. It's not that cool. And now, is it cool for $100? Yeah. For $3,000? Hell fucking no. Dude, you just threw $3,000 away. Now, I understand that you didn't throw $3,000 away because there's a whole bunch of Timmys, Kimmys, and Poindexters just like you out there who are stupid enough to pay $3,000 for something like this that has no cool factor. It's got a zero cool. The cool factor on this is like a 1 out of 10. And it's only cool to those people who are really, really geeky fucking Star Wars nerds and shit, right? But that album I just showed you, This is cool. This has a level of cool to it. It's a historical artifact and shit, right? And then it's with Michael circling Smokey like that with his autograph. Holy shit. The difference in the level of collectibles compared to what this is to what Sean showed, not what Sean showed you, what he bought himself, what he paid with his own money. That's what he invested in. And this is the kind of stuff I'm showing you. Is like, even your most qualified expert people out there are still stupid enough to pay $3,000 for a worthless item that has no cool factor and shit, right? When if you were smart, you would be looking for the actual really quality stuff and the real understanding of the inside information that can lead you to spotting this kind of undervalued collectible, which is what I spotted and put it in a video, and somebody out there was lucky enough to pick this up for $3,500, man. I mean, what a difference and shit, right? So, who's the expert? Who's the expert? Is Sean in the reserved investment? Is he really an expert? Or am I the expert to show you what you really need to be collecting and how it's actually going to connect to people, right? Because without it connecting to everybody, then it's a small market. It's a niche product and shit, right? With a niche number of collectibles, it's going to be small. Everybody in the world will look at this and say, that's fucking cool, and they'll all want it. Every single Michael Jackson fan is going to want it. Every Diana Ross fan, every Smokey Robinson fan, every Motown fan, every music fan, pop culture fan. This transitions on a level that's like, it's so way and above and beyond, but you're going to buy that stupid little Star Wars thing and think that can compare to this? I mean, come on, okay? So, who's the expert and shit, right? It's like, and like I said, Sean, I respect you. I actually watch your shit. I actually enjoy your videos. I think your videos are really enjoyable and shit, right? And I would call you an expert. But like this is what I say is that even the experts don't know what the fuck they're talking about most of the time, because if they can't even understand the single most important thing about the thing is it has to be cool. It's not that it's rare that makes it important. It's that it's cool. Because if it's rare, okay, so you got 5 people who want it. But when it's cool and you got 5 million people that want it, that overrides any of the importance and the scarcity of your rare item and its importance, because the cool factor completely just devastates that. And that's what Sean at Reserved Investments, he's lacking the cool factor and shit, right? Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.